Affirmation Art Journaling page number 19. Today's affirmation is, the law of attraction brings only good into my life. The law of attraction brings only good into my life. And so I was feeling very positive, and I wanted to do another combination. My intention of the really orange, almost the creamsicle feeling. Everybody knows what color that is. It's just beautiful. I tried it with different combinations of turquoise, as you will see. So stay to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you are liking this content. And I don't think I've mentioned it before, but there's a little a gratitude button, only if you're feeling, and I am not asking for anything, but it's there if anyone feels like helping out my channel so I can do more of this. So I've taped up the edges. The dimensions of my pages, by the way, are 8 by 10 in inches, just because it's a nice standard for framing. When I make prints, you can do 5 by 7. These will stay in the book, but I will be able to scan them. And at the end, before the end of this series, I will be having my new shop up, and these abstract designs will be available on all over print products, cards, totes, pouches, all of those really neat things. But until I get that completed, I do have a shop page on my website. The link is in the descriptions below. Don't forget to check it out. And some of you already have, and that is totally awesome. Here is the color. Now, the color was, I will be including the color in the description. I usually write it down so I can mention it right here during the video, but I will be including the names of the colors. That's just an orange. The blue is a teal from Golden. It is the transparent mixing white, the unbleached titanium, a little bit of the yellow ochre, which I never really ended up using, only a tiny bit, and of course the teal. It's the Hansa yellow, deep, I think, but the correct one will be there. So as I love this, it was so intense I couldn't hardly stand it. Leave a comment in the description below of your most intense color that you've used, and you just had to tame it down with something else, or obliterate it or veil it or something. That's what I tend to do. So while I'm drying it with my hair dryer, and of course thinking about the intention, which you can see there, and I like cursive writing. And sometimes I don't, sometimes I print. It just depends what happens. And it is so intense, this yellow. It is incredible. So, I'm not sure about the combination. This is a different kind of blue and yellow combination that I've made before. And to tell you the truth, I don't know if I like it. Let me know what you think. There's some peachiness happening. There is a yellow ochre from that. Now, what inspired me was the collage paper on the left that you see that there's circles punched out of it with my circle puncher, and 2 inches, I believe. And I painted more yellow and orange on top of this already yellow. It's a scrapbook background paper that you can get in a pad or anywhere at Michael's or any other scrapbooking craft store. And it was so amazing. But it was so amazing that I'm not sure that this was the best combination, but I will, and I think I've used it before with black, white, and gray. And I know that there's like a burgundy or a maroon or a deep red or some other color that I might do some exploring, researching on, and then come up with another color palette. I don't know if that'll happen in this series, but you just never know. So as I added the unbleached titanium to the blue, the teal, it made it so much better, calmed it down. Teal can also be very saturated, and it's extremely opaque. So you need to thin it down. There we go. The white's on there. I can't stand it looking at it anymore, and I just had to cover it up. It's the energy of the colors. Also, if you feel like sharing, what bothers you most about these vibrant colors? Or maybe you don't. Maybe you love them. I would love to hear some of your comments. I answer all my comments and respond to them, and love to do so. And thank you for everybody for commenting today and everything. Things are getting really busy, and I love it. So here comes some paper. This was torn out of, anyway, it's text, and I just printed with my jelly plate printer right over the top, and I'm really liking that effect. As I said earlier, I finally made it to my bookstore down in the old section and found some really cool things. That is coming up after this series is done, or maybe even slightly before. I have a new video coming out, the journey of 3 paintings, so they will be a little mini series, and I can't wait. They'll be 12 by 12 on a wooden panel, not cradle board, it's a birch panel, and then you would put them in put a floater frame around them, and I would definitely need to do that to sell them, and I will be offering them for sale now that I am building up and adding everything onto my website. So there's a lot to do in this thing, so I think my website is mostly up to date. And there you go. See, there's the editing process. So I don't know what I did, the difference. Maybe I think I forgot to do it in the first section, and just straightening out, making things square. And when you do, it brings it a lot closer, and this is so much better. I love that. So the light blue, which is just a collage rolled with the brayer, and this is the piece that gives me a bit of a hard time. It is the parchment tracing paper, so it has a little bit of a wax surface. So the acrylic, of course, knowing water, wax, right, is staying on it, but it's flaking off a little bit. And, I don't mind, as you can see here. And I wanted something translucent, transparent. As you can see, it's a little too wide, so I'm just going to tear it down, finding the direction of the fibers, of course. Still a little too wide, and it needs to be right there, about right there. No. Yes, right there. So I'm just going to use the trim the edge. Nope, it just a little bit more has to come off. Much better. In hindsight again, I probably would use another yellow, maybe black, maybe gray, and I really need now to do another page with the same orange and yellow, but with black, gray, and white, and see what happens. And a little bit of, I don't think I'll bring the teal into it, because adding the yellow to the gray will really warm it up, and who knows what will happen. I love exploring. I have different sketchbooks, different mixed media books for different things. Like today's with my leftover paints, I just open up the sketchbook and use my brayer and roll them in. Yeah, so you see it's sort of flaking off, but covering it with a medium, a gloss gel or soft gel would probably help it stay on there. And it's just a page, it's going to stay in the book. And I'll just be taking pictures of it and scanning, and of course it might really look good on some products or as a different product. I love creating those things, and I can't wait to offer them to everyone. Woo! Well, there's some intense yellow. So yes, need the white again. Woohoo! It is so amazing, and it's the only way you learn about your color mixing, by actually doing it. Oh, it feels so much better. So then I couldn't handle all that orange and that yellow down there. So then I think I'll brush across with the brayer and lift it a bit. And then just putting in tints, picking up that similar blue in the big square in the middle. And there's a piece of paper stuck to my brayer, but it doesn't matter. I thought I could just take it off in a moment, but I couldn't. So just building those layers, and I'm using this, the deli wrap paper printed with the polka dot pattern across the middle, and it's a narrow strip. But before that, just making some really cool marks with my pencil, which is, there's a lot of paint there, so it's carving out a lot of things, which is sort of cool. And just haphazard, I don't think, but I usually swirl around. I'll be creating and learning about more of my own personal marks in my little course that I'm taking, which I mentioned earlier. And it's just ongoing. It never ends. This whole learning process is amazing. Okay. And of course, my X-Acto knife isn't quite sharp enough to make a nice clean line of this very thin, delicate paper. That's why I'm wondering, is it deli paper? I don't know. This could just be tracing paper, but I don't think so. Because I rarely use tracing paper because I know it tears so easily. That's why I purchased the deli, thinking it was a little tougher. But there's that paper I've been talking about. It is so amazing. Now I've got a bunch of that yellow-orange on this other series of 6, which is coming up. It's a series of those little 6x6s in the previous video, mixed media, something mixed media. And I should be putting a thumbnail and a click on right in this video. That's the next thing I have to learn how to do. It's just ongoing. So a little blue got in there, and I wish it didn't. I wish it was a cleaner white. Probably the yellow would have been too dynamic, just too much. There's too much contrast of color going on. And that's why I'm just trying to quiet it down. So I'm playing. Would that look better? I think I like the edge, but I still think the ratio could have been toned down a bit. And it's your hero colors, or your really bright colors, put in the appropriate ratio of the other more neutral or less saturated colors, which really make this incredible combination. And I think that's what designers and home decor specialists really know a lot about. And it's all the same: color, balance, design, in whatever art you're doing. And the more you study, I hate that word, study color. I used to study color. It's so boring. The more you use color and explore it on your own, in your own way, the more you understand. And of course, there's a lot of reference books out there. color Bible and all sorts of things that you can get some really good combinations. So I'm going for a dark, but it turns out it's just a mid-tone. So I probably have a darker mid-tone, the blue dots, and that blue is the darkest on there. This isn't bad, but this is an intuitive process and I sort of like it. I didn't want to go over too much of that yellow-orange popsicle color. So, more white. Okay, oh, I know. I noticed the flakes on the side. So I just sort of used the same value and just added a different texture without changing the composition that was already there, without, changing it around. And actually, I like that much better. So, started to overdo it, as you can see, and then went, and then went darker. Should have left it alone, but, and I think I used the brayer here. I don't know, I used the paper just to lift it a bit. Too much. And that's sort of a neat texture left. You can see the lines underneath. I love all the layers that you can still see. And not forgetting our affirmation, which was the law of attraction brings only good into my life. So, the law of attraction brings only good into your life. So attracting different colors, doing good. That's it. And I'm not sure about that blue. It's a different blue. I think a neutral, probably closer to that, maybe a darker gray or something. And now I'm just not sure if it's finished or not. So I'm testing it. Holding anything up and it just goes, then it means nope, it doesn't need anything more, because you add one more thing, it'll be so overcrowded, it just won't work. Oh, I know what I'm doing. So in the bottom, with my little pipe, I love my little circle stamps, and you can just barely see them, so it's part of the quiet conversation. And it's just slightly lighter in the teal or turquoise combination at the bottom, and that just brings the eye down, and that's it. So let's heat up this tape and get a nice clean finish for affirmation number 19. I can't believe I'm on 19. Wow. Okay. So I'm just going to do 30. I might do 31, just because, July is 31 days. But, I'm not really, that isn't the purpose. Might get a bonus. Yes. It just needed that. And not the whole one, not the whole circle. And I wanted that warm white up at the top. So I moved it up a bit. And just enough. Just to now your eyes at the top, bottom, and all around. Okay. Happy with that now. And I know it's something I do all the time, or lots, but that's part of my style. So I've accepted it, and yes, I have to make sure you don't do it too often, but again, for these journal pages, they're all exploratory and intuitive and fun. It's the other work that, definitely pay closer attention to in design, composition, and all of those things. And by doing this exploration, it is definitely helping me become more aware of what works, what doesn't work, what you like, marks, and once all these pages are dry, I love going through this book, and here it is. So, again, if you're liking this content, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm. Here it is again. Hit subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to hop over to my Facebook group. Check out my shop. All the links are in the description below, and I will see you in the next video.